everyone, TJ McKay here for InD'tale magazine. I am sitting here talking to one of my very good friends, HP Mallory. First of all, I think everybody needs to know something about you that would really surprise them.
Something about me that would surprise everybody. Well, I don't know how surprising this is, but about 3 years ago, I lived in the UK for 2 years. I lived in Cambridge in England for about a year, and then I moved up to Edinburgh in Scotland for another year. And that's actually where I wrote my first book, Fire Burning Cauldron Bubble.
What made you decide to go to the UK?
I had always wanted to live abroad. My father's from Perth. My brothers went to school in England. So I've always had this need to explore and kind of see other places. And I think the UK made sense because they all speak English. Or sometimes I guess that's questionable, but especially when you get up into the Highlands of Scotland.
Oh gosh, yes.
But loved it.
So did you just like pack up your things and say, I'm moving away for 3 years?
My husband actually was able to transfer with the job that he was at the time. So we moved over there for that, and then he decided to get his MBA at the University of Edinburgh, and that's how we ended up in Scotland.
Oh, cool. And was it a good experience?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was amazing. I actually, some of the places that I visited, for example, Alnwick in North England, are actually in the book. That's where Rand lives.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, in Northumberland, and so that was really great. Because
and did you intentionally pull it from there, or had you already written that?
No, I just went through all these different places. Every weekend we had a policy where we would travel. So he would work during the week. I was working as an online marketing consultant and then writing on the side. And we would travel. We saw all of England. We went to Spain, France, Belgium, I mean pretty much everywhere. And so I would write down all the places that I saw. I would take tons of pictures and then used all of that for information in the books.
Oh, how great.
Yeah. So I probably about maybe 8 months ago, put all of my characters from my Jolie series and my Dulcie series on Facebook. Gave them their own Facebook pages. And at first I kind of wasn't sure if that was a good idea. I wasn't sure if it would be crickets in the background.
And why did you decide to do that? Just
another
promoting?
Sort
ideas?
of, but I just thought another way for my fans to interact with my books. And I thought, well, maybe it would be fun for them to kind of see what's going on with Night. And, Night could give updates. Dulcie could say, I don't know. I just thought it was a good way for them to interact with the books without actually having to read them. And I thought it would also be a good way to keep the characters in the books foremost in people's minds before the next one comes out.
And so what happened? How did this go? HP?
Where do I start? Well, it ended up that it was a good idea. It kind of spawned a life of its own, and I think Night has 1,000 friends. The interesting part, I think there are about 200 who are not friends with me.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, which is really strange.
They like you, but they don't like you.
Yeah, they don't. Well, I guess it makes sense. If I were a reader, I'd like Night more than I liked me. Sinjin has 1,000 friends. I mean, they're all very popular on Facebook, and they have, luckily I don't have to do it myself. I've got a legion of people who are in charge of each page, and they...
Tell us about the Pixies.
Okay, so what started out as people friending the characters ended up taking on a life of its own. And the Pixies were born. And the Pixies are, I think there's about 50 of them who are Pixies. Their profile picture is of a Pixie, and they live in the Pixie tree. And they have Pixie parties, and they have a Pixie world. And they interact with all the characters. They have become very good friends with each other. And they have parties for birthdays. They have celebrations. King Odrin from the Jolie series just had... What was it? It was, what was it? I can't remember now. This is terrible. The solstice. Summer solstice celebration. All the Pixies came and had their gowns. They had pictures that they posted on the Pixie tree of what gowns they were going to wear. And King Odrin hosted the solstice celebration. All the characters came in the Jolie books. And they just had plenty of mead. They posted pictures of people dancing. They had somebody who was in charge of music.
Oh my goodness. So it's like your characters have taken on a whole life of their own, and people in the
Yes.
real world has come over and created an alternate world
And it's
to
so
enjoy
fun.
with them.
Yes, and it's so fun.
Okay, that's something totally new that we are going to have to explore more in the magazine. We're gonna research this one and find out how much fun an alternate world could be with all of HP's characters.
It's very fun.